Hey guys, what's up? It's Bibs7 here again, and welcome to my Barrows guide for the EoC. In this guide, I'm going to show you how to do the fastest Barrows chests, as well as what to do at Barrows and what to wear, what to pray, what to bring, and everything that you really need to know about Barrows in the EoC. So, first off, we're going to get started with the highest level setup, just to show you high-level players out there how fast you could possibly do Barrows. Now, the one thing you really definitely want to have if you're high-leveled and you want to do Barrows really quickly is this right here, the Draken's Medallion. And if you've watched my Barrows series, you've probably seen me using this. It's very, very useful to Barrows because it has this teleport to teleport you straight to Barrows. You just teleport right there and you land right here at the Barrows entrance. And if you never need to recharge it, you can just teleport straight to the recharge spot in Bergdarat. To get this medallion, you have to have completed the Branches of Darkmire quest, which is the last quest in the vampire storyline. So there are a lot of quests you have to do before it, and there's some pretty high skill requirements, like I think maybe 70 agility is one of them, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But there are some pretty high requirements for it. However, if you're high level and you want to do really fast Barrows runs, I recommend you get this, because if you don't have this, you're going to either have to run back through the tunnel or just teleport out and get all the way back here. Both of those things will take a lot longer, obviously. Second off, with the second teleport thing that'll be really useful for you is the Arjugan, I don't know, Ardy Cloak 3. And to get this, you have to have completed the task systems task set in Ardy up to all the hard tasks done. And I'm not sure exactly if you can do it with the level 2 cloak, but whichever cloak lets you teleport to the monastery an infinite number of times. Because if you teleport to the monastery with the cloak, you obviously, at the monastery, there is an altar. And if you have this cloak, then you will not have to use any prayer while you're doing Barrows. And it'll also save you some money because you're not going to be needed to use any prayer potions. If you have an altar in your house, you could also just teleport to your house and use your altar there. But this one is a little bit faster because the altar's right nearby, and also you don't have to use up house tabs or house teleports, which will also waste you money in the process of using those. If you have completed the Ritual of the Majorat quest, which is a very high level quest, then you're going to want to make sure you bring some alternate form of combat style besides melee. But the main method you're going to be using is melee. So here is my setup. First off, I have full void melee. Now, pretty much anybody can get full void. It's not really a high level thing. It's just, do you have the patience to do enough pest control to get it? I highly recommend void though, but if you don't have void, you can, if you're rich enough, wear Torva, but I think that's kind of a waste. You should probably rather wear Bandos rather than Torva, or if you're not rich enough for Bandos either, you can also wear Torags, and that should be just fine. So whatever you can afford, then wear it, but if you can't afford anything, Void is technically free if you just go and do pest control long enough to get it. I have an Amulet of Fury on. You can wear an Amulet of Glory if you don't have enough for Fury, or you can wear a Saradomin's Whisper or whatever the higher level amulet is, but I just like the way the Fury looks. I just like it better, so I like to wear it. I have a Tokhar Call. If you don't have one of these, check out my fight killing guide. I'll leave an annotation on the screen right here. You can go get yourself one. It's not that hard. But if you don't have this, you can wear Fire Cape if you have it. If not, maybe a Skill Cape. Or you could just wear your Ardy Cloak if you're using that. Or you could just wear like an Obsidian Cape, really. Whatever cape you have, it's not that big a deal. But Skill Cape would probably be the next best thing. Next off is one thing that most people probably won't have, and I have dual Drygore Rapiers. You can use Drygore anything if you prefer a different type of Drygore, as long as you can afford it. If you can't afford these, I'd recommend maybe a Chaotic Maul if you can use that, like if you have enough Dungeoneering tokens at a high enough Dungeoneering level. But besides that, if you're lower than that, you're probably going to want to be using magic instead, because things like an Abyssal Whip or Dragon Scimitar or anything like that are probably not going to be as useful here. So if you're using magic, I'll show you guys a magic setup later, but right now this is the melee setup. So I wouldn't recommend meleeing if you don't have either Chaotic Maul or Drygores. So yeah. Last I've got Steadfast Boots. If you can't afford these, wear Bandos Boots or Dragon Boots, whatever really is in your price range. And a Ring of Wealth. I recommend Ring of Wealth because it is confirmed that it does increase your chance of getting a Barrows item, so definitely wear the Ring of Wealth. Also, I have these Royal Bolts. Again, this is only for people who have completed Ritual of the Majorat quest, as well as this Royal Crossbow for killing Akrisae with. If you haven't completed that quest, you don't need to worry about either of those items. This Captain's Log, that's just for bank teleport. You can bring house tabs or whatever you really want, just somewhere to get to a bank. Next up, I have an extreme set. One for range, attack, and strength. If you're not ranging, don't bring the range, obviously. And you can bring however many of these you want. I'm just bringing one to show you. You can bring, a few more sets if you want to stay here for longer without banking. And then I have an emergency Super Restore Flask, and this is only for when I get either Akrisae or Varick in my tunnel, because those guys can be pretty difficult, and you need prayer for them. So bring maybe one or two, depending on how long you want to stay, just an emergency prayer potion. One last thing I want to mention: if you have completed the Mauritania hard tasks and have like the Mauritania Legs 3, just having completed those, you will get double the runes from the Barrows Chest. So that is very good for your money if you can complete all those. But let's just go over the abilities now right before we get started. So first off, you're going to be using the dual wields. Then you want to have Slice, Punish, Sever, Kick, Decimate or Havoc, Assault, Destroy, and that's pretty much it. These last three I never use, so that doesn't matter. And you also want to have Anticipation and Freedom on your bar. These are important, so make sure you have those. If you're using a Chaotic Maul, whoops, wrong bar. If you're using a Chaotic Maul, have Slice, Punish, Sever, Cleave, Smash, Backhand, Assault, Hurricane, and Quake, as well as Anticipation and Freedom. And this is just my range setup for Akrisae. I'll usually just spam Piercing Shot and then use Slice. So just have those on the same bar and you should be fine. So yeah, that's pretty much the ability bar setup. And first off, we're going to start off with Varick, because he is the first one that I always do. I mean, it doesn't really matter the order you do him in, but I recommend Varick first because you definitely need to prey on him. So you're going to want to usually do him. So pot up, even though I'm not going to be using range yet, I just like to pot up with everything. And then you're going to go in and pray melee and turmoil or piety or nothing at all if you don't have those. And I got him as my tunnel. So there goes that, I guess. But you would normally just kill him, then come back up and go over here. And this is just the order I do them in. You can do them in any order you want. But next I do Varick, and here's the thing right here. This is what everyone's going to probably complain about that I don't have. If you don't have Soul Split, you're going to need to bring food. In place of like from here to here, all these spots should be either sharks or something like that. And you're just going to want to prey on all the brothers, like pray melee or whatever attack style they're using. Melee range on Carol, mage on Arams, because I Soul Split all the brothers, and that's what really lets me keep my health up. So if you don't have Soul Split, make sure you bring a lot of food. So because they can hit through prayer. All of them can hit through prayer, but Varick can hit normal damage through prayer. Now this is Akrisae over here, so this is where some people will probably not even need to watch. But for Akrisae, I pray mage because he hits really damn high, and then I just hit him with Slice and then switch to my Royal Crossbow, shoot a Piercing Shot, and usually each ability will make him switch, so I just switch weapons. And then I hit him with another Slice. I don't think he's going to switch there, no. And then hit him with another Slice, and then just pretty much you just switch on him until he dies. But definitely prey on him because he can hit like real high with his mage. I don't know what the exact number is, but it'll do a number on ya. But once he's dead, you can just switch back to your... And this is where your Anticipation and Freedom are going to come in. When you're running between hills, you'll start to lose adrenaline, so use Anticipation or Freedom, whichever one's ready, to keep your adrenaline up. Next up is Arms. If you don't have Soul Split, then pray Mage on him. But if you do, one ability that's extremely useful is Destroy, because these guys are not immune to stun. So if you use Destroy, it'll stun them for like 6 seconds, and it'll pretty much always almost kill them if you're using Drygores. So that is a very, very good ability to use here. And we just use that. And next up, we're going down to Carol. So Carol ranges if you're not using Soul Split, and make sure you pray from range. And I usually use Destroy on him too, because he hits a little bit better than the melee brothers do. And as you guys can see, these things basically get destroyed by Drygores. So if you have, like, pretty much like everything else. But yeah, if you have Drygores, it is really not a problem at all. But a Chaotic Maul does pretty well too. You're just going to take a little longer to kill them because you don't have the destroy ability. Assault is also very good. It'll do a lot of damage. It just doesn't stun them, so it doesn't have that added bonus. And I usually just do Torag and Guth. It doesn't really matter with their order either, but I do them two last. So this will be Guthin, and then we'll be able to head down into the tunnel. So during your Barrows run, like you saw at the beginning of mine, one of the things will say you found a tunnel instead of a brother coming out and attacking you. So what you want to do then is just leave, like I did, and then kill the rest of the brothers off. And once they're all dead, you're going to go back down into the tunnel. Before I go into the tunnel, if I ever need to, I will use Regenerate and use all my adrenaline up for health, because it's just kind of what I do. I mean, I don't really think it's a good idea to try and save it while you're going through the tunnel. But once you've killed off all the other brothers, besides the one in your tunnel, go back down and enter this tunnel. And when you go down, you'll be in this room with a rope. Now, there will be 4 doors around you, and only one of these doors will be open, or it'll let you only open one of them. So just go through that, and you'll be just sort of going through a maze. And if you go to the wall, if you go into another room like this, instead of, let me show you over here, there'll be, sometimes you'll get put into, oh, I guess it doesn't show you, but sometimes you'll get put into like a tunnel thing. That'll put you around a room, and then you would come out in the next room over there if I got through that tunnel, like if it let me through that door. But if you get into this room, make sure you always check the door to the right of you or to the left if you're going around this way, because this door is going to lead you to the chest room. And as you guys can see, there's 4 doors around, and if you right click on the doors, you can see whether it allows you to open them. So I know that my chest door is going to be this one right here, so I just need to go through this door and then over to the right again. And there's the little tunnel thing, you guys could see it for a second there. I'll let you see it again right here. It'll just lead you around and put you in the next room. But once you have found the door that'll lead you to the chest room, you're going to have to complete a puzzle. Now this one, the square is the answer to that one. I'm just going to try and show you as every puzzle right here so you guys know each thing and what the answer is. Let's see. The answer to this one is the one that is touching the top, like that. The one that where the rectangle is touching the top with 2 squares on the bottom. So let's see if we can get another one. This one again is the square. The answer to that one is the square. And I think there's only one other puzzle that I'm missing. If you kill the things in here, you'll see this little countdown here. Creatures slain will go up. This does affect your chance of getting a Barrows item, but it is capped at 8. So the most amount of creatures you should ever kill is 8. Let's just see. No, that's the square again. Square again. There's definitely one more, and I just need to get that last one. But this is also allowing me to kill my get my creature count up to 8. Oh, that one's the one on the top. This one. This one's the one where the circle is on the left and the arrow is pointing at it. So you can just select that, and then the door will let you through. You just go through one more door, and oh, my brother. Oh, I'm gonna need to drink my emergency prayer pot. So that's why you bring it for these kinds of situations. While you're roaming through the tunnel, the brother that you did not kill, the one that is, well, people call it your tunnel brother, he can sometimes randomly appear. But if he does not randomly appear during the tunnel exploration, he will appear when you open the chest like this. So he will appear and you'll have to fight him, and you want to kill him before you search the chest. And when you search the chest, you will get your loot. So 6 creatures is fine for me. But if you want to get more creatures, you can go in and out of this door, and more will keep spawning every time you open it. I'm going to add this on to my Barrows Beast series. And let's go ahead and search the chest. And you'll get some random amount of coins usually, as well as some runes. You can get Mind, Chaos, Blood, and Death runes, as well as Bolt Racks for Carol's crossbow. And you can also, of course, have the rare-ish chance of getting a Barrows item. Now, if you do not have the Dragon's Medallion, you'll either need to teleport out, or you will need to teleport out to like your house or something, and then run back. Or you will need to just walk out the way you came in. You can walk out this way and then all the way around and then climb back up the rope, and you'll be back in the Darrock's room. And once you are in there, you can climb back up the stairs and you'll be home free to do another Barrows run. Now, if you don't know how to get to Barrows without teleporting there, I'll just show you guys on the map here. It's not that hard. If you have done, I think the quest is called In Aid of the Myerke or the Myreek or whatever, you can take this shortcut right here. You'll see from Canifis. You could take this shortcut, and that will bring you to I think like right around here. And then if you run down, you will reach the guy that will take. If you just run straight south, you'll see the guy who will take you on the boat. I think it's right here, and then he'll bring you over to here. If you just talk to him, if you just like hit board swamp boat, it will take you there, and then you can run out, run over the bridge up, and then you're at Barrows. If you haven't done In Aid of the Myreek or Myerke, whatever, you'll have to just go through this gate right here, run all the way through Mauritania, and then you'll be like right here. You'll have to run all the way back up and over here through Morton, and then you'll finally be able to cross the bridge and go to Barrows. There's one last way. If you've done enough of temple trekking / Berg de Rot ramble, there is an option to add a Berg de Rot teleport to your games necklace. I highly doubt you've done that without doing the Branches of Darkmire quest, but if you have for some crazy reason, you can use that games necklace to teleport to Berg de Rot here, and then just simply run up and north to Barrows. Obviously, I recommend having the Draken's Medallion because it is the fastest way. But that is pretty much it for my Barrows guide, everybody. Barrows is still pretty decent money. You can get an Aram's Book of Magic, which is like 8 mil. I recently got one of those. Or you can get maybe an Aram's Wand, which is, I think, 20 mil. So, you know, you can still get some pretty decent items from Barrows. But if you get something like Darok armor or Varick or Torag's armor, it's only around 500k, but it can still be some pretty good money if you can do fast runs like the one I showed you here. So if you guys have any questions about anything in this video, about anything specific to do with Barrows, or if you have any questions about downgrading gear, although I tried to go over it as much as I could, then just let me know in the comments below. I'll answer any questions you guys might have, or join my friends chat in game, Bibzuda7. I'm going to head back in there right now because I'm done with this video. So you guys can join that friends chat and talk to me when I'll usually always be in there when I'm online. Other than that though, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Like and favorite if you did. Subscribe for future videos. And I'm going to cue you guys in on something real quick here. So I'm going to start doing something. Once a week, I'm going to upload a guide like this one. This is my Barrows guide. And next week, I'm going to upload a next guide. So any guides you guys want to see, leave them down in the comments below, please, because I'm going to be doing one guide per week, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them and they'll also be helpful to you. So next week, I will see you guys for the next guide, and later today, or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to be uploading another RuneScape vlog discussing this week's update. I will see you guys next time, and see you in my friends chat, and look forward to reading any comments you guys might have. Good luck at Barrows, and peace.